Hello, welcome to the next video, children. Video 4. So, we have done in video 3 now. The distance formula we have understood. See, the points will be in different quadrants. Somehow we are doing what sums now. We are calculating the distance between 2 points. 2 points, let them be in any quadrant, let them be any coordinates they have. We have to use this formula now. So x1 y1 and x2 y2, if the coordinates are like that, then we know the distance formula: square root of x2 minus x1 the whole squared, square root of x2 minus x1 the whole squared plus y2 minus y1 the whole squared. We have come across this formula now already. Okay, now you see the distance formula is this. Okay, now some days back in my other two videos I had done distance of 2 points of any point from origin. I had done from origin means one point should be taken as this x1 y1, it will be 0 0. That is a meaning there, and the other point will be x2 y2, it may be some number, anything. So distance from origin, we had done one formula there. It was very, very simple. The same thing what we do here, x1 we put there 0, y1 we put 0 there. So somehow we get there x squared plus y squared, we got there. In this case it will be x2 squared plus y2 squared. Whatever it is, distance from the of any point from the origin formula is square root of, because the other point it will be 0 0, and the other point which the another point which they give is something 2 3 5 6, something like that they give, or it may be negative also, -2 -3 from the origin 0 0. So in that case you have to use this formula, square root of x squared plus y squared. So this is also very important. Distance of any point from the origin is square root of x squared plus y squared. Now you will come to know how we are going to use in our problems. All these sums, how we are going to do in problems, you will come to know. Now see, that also what I am going to do is, I am going to keep the textbook there in front of me, and even you should have it in front of you, the textbook in front of you, because usually I do example problems, I make you understand. And see here what question they have asked, and how you should answer, how you should use the formula. See here, example 1 they have given here. Do the points 3 2, -2 -3, 2 3 form a triangle, they have asked. So this all depends upon the distance formula. How we are going to use this? See now. So do the points 3 2, 3 2, I hope you are seeing the textbook, -2 -3 and 2 3 form a triangle. If so, name the type of triangle formed, they are saying. So for this what you should do, you have to take these points as P, Q and R. They are the given points. Then what you should do is, in your PDF they have plotted the points and showed there, at the side they have shown there, and here they have not done that. It's all right. You will have both this one. You have to see the PDF also. When you are writing the notes, you will be seeing the PDF there, and you will come to know very easily. Now we have to use the formula, distance formula only here I told you, PQ. So get the distance of PQ. Now what they are asking is whether it forms a triangle. Whether it forms a triangle, then you have to remember one property there. I'll tell you afterwards. Now PQ is equal to square root of PQ. PQ is what? Here. See, 3 is x1 there, 2 is y1 there. You have to think like that. And Q is -2 is x2, -3 is y2. You should think like that. And then by using the formula PQ is equal to square root of, why they get 3 plus 2? That is because x2. See, I'll be doing here now the points. I think if I do only, it is better. So 3 2, Q is minus 2 minus 3 and I hope you can see here RS is equal to no R point is 2 3. See now we want PQ. So if you want PQ, then it is equal to square root of, I have written the formula here. So how I am using it, you see now. X2 minus X1. Now I'll be thinking like this. X1 Y1, X2 Y2. You should just write down if you want at the top, and you should try to understand. Now X2 minus X1. Now this formula, I am telling you one more thing. You can write X1 minus X2 the whole squared, Y1 minus Y2 the whole squared also. You can use the formula in that manner. That means X1 you can write first, X2 afterwards. That you can do. Now here it is X2 minus X1 the whole squared. What is X2? Minus 2 minus 2 minus 3. In the textbook they I will get the same this one now. So minus 2 minus 3 the whole squared plus minus 3 minus 2 the whole squared. According to the formula, x2 minus x1 minus 2 minus 3 the whole squared plus minus 3 minus 2 the whole squared, which is equal to, see here now, this will be minus 5 the whole squared plus minus 5 the whole squared, which is equal to 25 plus 25, which is equal to square root of 50. And of course in your textbook they have written 7.07. 7.07. In the same way now I am going to calculate, I will calculate QR. See how I am going to write according to the formula. Please be this one. Everybody, there will be some who will not understand anything unless you pay attention to what we are teaching, what we are explaining. You may not follow by yourself. If you go to do, you may not follow. So now see again, now QR means what I'll do, I'll take this as x1 y1 and this is x2 y2. You have to switch on to your mind this one also. So x2 means what I'll do is 2 minus of minus 2. Be careful there, because x2 in this case it is 2 and x1 is minus 2. Now what is according to the formula? x2 minus x1, but x2 is 2, x1 itself is minus 2. But in the formula, x2 minus of minus 2 it will become then plus the whole squared. So you have to be very, very careful here. Then plus now y2 minus y1 the whole squared. y2 is 3 minus of minus 3 the whole squared. Be careful when you are writing this one there. So be careful of the signs. Otherwise you will make mistake. You may not get the answer, proper answer. So this is equal to, now let me just check whether I have written correctly. 2 minus of minus 2 the whole squared plus 3 minus of minus 3 the whole squared, which is equal to 2 plus 2 the whole squared. I hope you can see, plus 3 plus 3 the whole squared, 3 plus 3 the whole squared, which is equal to square root of 4 the whole squared plus 6 the whole squared, which is equal to 16 plus 36, which is equal to square root of 52. 6 plus 6, 12. And so what these people have done, your textbook people, square root of 52, they have written the value there. You need not calculate, you can do without it also, but I'll tell you what they have written. I am just writing it, 7.07. So I hope you have understood how they calculated this. Then they also calculated PR. So PR they have calculated. I hope you are able to see. So PR they have calculated in your textbook. Same thing I am doing here. So PR's, what is the PR's point? PR is 3, 2, R is 2, 3. So I just now told you, I can write x1 minus x2 the whole squared also. So I can write that, means I will do now similarly 3 minus 2 the whole squared. See, I am doing x1 minus p. Now I am doing PR, no? So 3 minus 2 the whole squared plus I just want to make you understand it is same. You can do either that way or this way. 2 minus 3 the whole squared. 2 minus 3 the whole squared. Now let's see. Now this is equal to square root of 1 squared plus of 1 squared, which is equal to square root of 1 plus 1, which is equal to root 2. Root 2. So root 2, which is equal to 1.41 in your textbook. Now see, there is one property which you should know always. If the 3 points have to form a triangle, you have heard this rule in your smaller classes. Sum of now if there is a triangle, no, then what happens is sum of two sides will be greater than the third side. It should be always. If the sum of two sides, if it is greater than the third side, then it can form a triangle. Now see, AB plus AC should be greater than BC. AB plus BC should be greater than AC. Or AC plus BC should be greater than AB. Now it happens like that here also. See, for example, that's why I think they have calculated this now, that in order to show you. Now see, how they proved that it is a triangle, because the sum of any two distances of any of these distances greater than the third distance. Therefore, the points P, Q and R form a triangle. Now see, 7.07 plus 7.2. Naturally, when you add this, it will be greater than 1.41. If you add these two, no, 7.2 plus 1.41, it will be greater than this 7.07. You add any two sides, it will surely happen. Now this and this, if you add 7.07 and 1.41, if you add, that also will be greater than the remaining side, 7.2. So I hope you have followed now what I said. Sum of two sides of a triangle should be greater than the third side, and it is so. See, root 50 plus root 2, it will be greater than root 52, or root, that is the meaning there actually. And next is, you see, what they have asked, form a triangle. If so, name the type of triangle formed. Now, to show, they just calculated the decimal point, this, and decimal numbers, and it was quite clear there that the distance of the sum of the lengths of two sides of a triangle is greater than the third side. That point this one. Now what type of triangle it is forming? It is forming a, see now what happens. See, PQ squared, now see, this is root 50. Now what will be PQ squared? It will be root 50 the whole squared. It will be 50. Root PQ squared will be equal to root 50 the whole squared. It is 50. Then QR squared. In order to see what type of triangle, they just calculated there the square root. Why? PQ squared means, when they do PQ squared, this square root sign, the whole squared it will be, and that square root sign will go. That's all. Root 50 the whole squared will be, I hope you have understood. The surds, the lesson last year you have learned this actually. It will be 50. Now QR squared will be root 52 the whole squared, no. So it will be 52. And PR squared will be root 2 the whole squared, which is equal to 2. See now what happens, you have taken the squares of all the three sides, and if you add now, this 52 will be equal to 50 plus 2. See now, therefore 52 means it is equal to 50 plus 2. And what is 52? It is the square of root 52. What is 50? It is the square of 50. Root 50. We have just now seen here. So what has happened? What is 52? It is P, 52 is QR squared. QR squared equal to what is 50? It is PQ squared plus what is 2? 2 is PR squared. Now QR squared is equal to PQ squared plus PR squared. So that means, what's the meaning? These points they have given is they form the coordinates of points of a right angle triangle. See, they are following the property here of Pythagoras. So QR squared is equal to PQ squared plus PR squared. You have got this now? So the meaning is QR will be the hypotenuse there. QR will be the hypotenuse, and PQ and PR will be the sides containing the right angle. That is the meaning. So where is the right angle? The right angle is at point P. So only if you go on doing the sums, then only you will understand here. So what you had to do is, you had to see whether it is a triangle or not. How did you see whether it is a triangle? You have to see that sum of the two sides is greater than the third side in all the three cases. Sum of any two sides should be greater than the other remaining side. Like this you have to see in all the three ways, and then they have asked a question there, what type of triangle it forms. And in order to see that, you have to see, if you just square it, you came to know that they are the sides of a right angle triangle, because they were following the theorem of Pythagoras.